Shalom, I'm Dan Juster of Restoration from Zion of Tikkun International, and I'm speaking to you about Romans chapter 11 and the great, wonderful events that are going to take place before the return of the Lord in connection to Israel. In Romans chapter 11, Paul tells us that Israel has not been rejected, that there is a remnant that has been saved, and in verse 16 that the remnant saved, that's us, the Messianic Jews, are the first fruits, and that we are indeed, as first fruits, the indication that the rest of the nation will come to the Lord. And so he says in verse 26 and 27, and so all Israel will be saved, as it is written, the deliverer will come from Zion and turn godlessness away from Jacob, and will forgive their sins as a nation. But it's very important to recognize that that turning of Israel to the Lord is part of the event of the second coming of Jesus. He says he wants to provoke to jealousy those of his flesh in verse 14 and save some of them. For if their rejection has meant the reconciliation of the world, what will their acceptance be but life from the dead? So you see, we're not just being narrow or myopic or ethnocentric in being very concerned to see our people come to know the Lord, because Paul is saying that there is going to be a progressive number of Jewish people coming to know the Lord, the saved remnant, and that will lead to all Israel being saved, and that will lead to life from the dead. That the Jewish people have an irrevocable calling, according to verse 29, because of the love that God has for the patriarchs, and that this love passes down to all of their descendants. So God thinks in a different way than we do. God thinks in terms of family and tribes and inheritance over a couple of thousands of years, and it's a wonderful thing, but something that's new to those of us who think only individualistically. I trust that you who are part of these broadcasts are committed to pray for and believe for the salvation of Israel, which is so connected to the second coming. The irrevocable calling and election of Israel is a foundational teaching of the Bible, and God is not going to change his heart and mind with regards to what he promised to Abraham and the patriarchs. Father, we thank you for our listeners, that they are committed with us to the task of seeing Israel come to know Yeshua, and that they will be prayer warriors with us to see wonderful things happen and an outpouring of your Spirit on this land in these last days. In Yeshua's name.